Hey everyone, welcome to Jake's Adventure Garage. Today we're finally going to do the review and run of the Vanquish Origin Classic Pro, so stay tuned. Before I jump into the run footage, I want to kind of go over and provide a review of the truck. And then you can watch the footage and determine for yourself if my opinion holds any merit. Before I jump into it, that's all it is one guy's opinion. So take it for what it's worth. With that being said, this is the truck. This is obviously the box that it comes in. We don't really need the box, so I'm going to remove it. Here is the truck. So the truck itself is essentially a VS410 kit. That has been upgraded, and then it has the Scout body. And this body actually came on their Pro and Ultra kits originally, and before that, it came on the Origin. So the Origin was the first kit that Vanquish released, and it was actually a pretty premium kit. It's very hard to find them now, but if you do find them, you're going to be paying quite a lot of money for them if they're sealed in the factory box. What made them so popular is that they came with metal housings and really premium parts already ready to go. Now this kit specifically, there's two different variants, Classic and the Classic Pro. Really the big difference between the two kits is the axles. Everything is the same but the axles. The axle housings, third members, and knuckles are going to be aluminum in the Pro, whereas in the Classic non-Pro, it's all just going to be plastic parts. That is what this is. This is a Pro. As you can see, we do have the aluminum axles here in clear or silver, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, we also did upgrade the sliders. So these sliders are aluminum. We added the version 2 light kit. And we added the stickers. We have a set of Amazon wheels with some 3D printed inserts that I designed. And then we're running the Falcon Wild Peak tires. These are the red version in 4.65. They came on a first gen Phoenix. And so they had the, I think it was a 3-piece beadlock where you had the center wheel itself was the clamp ring, and it was one piece, and then you had two clamp rings you removed from either side. So older wheels, that is what these came off of, and so I thought that they looked, I really like scale features, so I thought I'd throw some scale tires on the scale truck. Now, I believe that Vanquish said that they were going to release a 3D printed interior for this. I looked on the website, I didn't find it, so maybe that's something that I work on in the future. If there's enough interest. Now, let me get into the meat of the video, and really this is where we're going to do what I like, what I don't like, and the overall opinion that I have of the truck. There's very little that's actually new. The only new thing that you're going to get on this truck is the F10 straight axle housings and the DERP system, which is the clipless body system. With that being said, this is a pretty great truck. We already know that. Foundationally, we've seen this mostly before, and so there's not going to be a lot of new things to cover in the video. Let me jump into the things that I don't like first, because why not? And the list is very short, so that this is mostly nitpicky stuff, so flame me if you want, it doesn't really matter. But really the only thing that I didn't like about the build process of this truck is the stickers. The stickers are really hard to get off the sticker sheet to do the painting of the body. And not only that, but the stickers are also really hard to get right on the windows, right? So they kind of fit, they don't really fit. It's very challenging not to make them look like this. And it's not necessarily something that I would dissuade me from buying the truck again. I probably just wouldn't use the stickers for the windows. I would just leave it how it was. The other pain point, and this has nothing to do with Vanquish or the truck itself, but the other pain point is painting the cab. So painting this top portion is very challenging because you have to tape off everything else. And so if you're not a very good painter like me, the body is going to probably turn out to be one color, because as you can see in this body that we have a lot of areas that are left to be desired because it just doesn't look very good. So it makes it more challenging. I really like the two-toned options. I really like the two-tone colors, but it's just, there's just no easy way to paint this. And again, this is no fault of Vanquish or the truck itself. It's just part of the game. So Outside of that, there's really not much that I don't like about the truck. So let's talk about some things that I do like about the truck. Well, one of the first things that I can tell you that I love about the truck is this clipless body system. The clipless body system works fantastically. All you have to do is pull out these 2 pins, just like that, and boom, the body comes right off. I did put the Series 2 light kit in here, and I'll talk about that in a second. And I guess that brings me to one of the things that is not necessarily as good about the truck, is that Traxxas does a very good job of this, and this is probably the first iteration that Vanquish has done this type of body, and so it's understandable. There's not a lot of support for the body, so you can see that I can move it around very easily. There's a lot of, it's easily manipulated. So maybe an injection molded cage to go in here that you could add the 3D prints to, like so you add some mount points on the injection molded cage to not only make the truck more scale, but also make the body more rigid. Because with the 2 mounts on the front and the back, I mean, there's just not a lot of material in this Lexan holding the body onto the truck. And if you take a big tumble or anything of that nature, you know, you have a pretty high chance of breaking the body pretty easily. So this is a trail truck. This is not a competition truck. This was not made to be a competition truck. This was made to be a fun trail truck. And so with that, you're going to do trail things. And trail things means maybe walking 5 or 6 miles. And when you do that, everybody makes mistakes. We could accidentally run it off the side of a hill or something like that, and then it rolls down 10, 20, 30, 100 feet. And in the process of doing that, you're likely going to destroy this body because this Lexan is not very thick and there's not a lot to support it. So I would say that that's probably one of the biggest nitpicks that I have, is maybe a little better support for the body. But again, I can't really fault Vanquish for that. It's something that, you know, it is what it is. The rest of the truck's great. This is already a proven platform. The VS410 has been out for many years at this point. Really, the only other changes to this truck are going to be the axles. So these aluminum axle housings, fantastic. If you can afford to get the Pro over the Classic, I would do it, because the axles themselves, they're going to be basically bulletproof. You don't have to have a ton of weight on the truck. You don't have to have big knuckles. You don't have to have upgraded knuckles. Everything comes in the package, and you're not going to break it. And if you do break it, you probably need to reevaluate your driving style. The only other upgrade that I did is the sliders, the aluminum sliders, and I'm going to be quite frank with you, if you don't have the $90 to buy these sliders, the stock plastic ones are really good. There's no play in them when you try and bend them, and so do you need the aluminum sliders? I mean, obviously, scale effect, they're really cool, but the plastic ones will work just fine. With that, the bumpers worked really well as part of that. They're plastic. The front bumper is a little bit malleable, but I like it like that. It's not going to break. It is going to bend a little bit, but that's what you want. The rear bumper is slightly malleable, but one of the best body protectors out there in terms of saving the body. It has body protection all the way around it. And so if you do get into one of the bumpers, you're not gonna harm the body, because the bumper covers the body all the way, which is something that I really, really like. The other things that I really like are the updated shock mounting position. So there's multiple shock mounting positions for the shocks, which you don't see in the older trucks, and that's nice. The DERP system, or the clipless body system, is fantastic. I really, really love it. I'm running an Amazon servo with a stock Vanquish brushed motor and ESC 1060 combo. And you can see in the video that it does leave a little bit to be desired, but for a trail truck, it works perfectly fine. Outside of that, most of this is what you're going to get in any other 410 kit, so I'm not really going to cover that. I'm just going to say that I love the truck. It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot more capable than you think. It's just not going to do anything something like the Stance would do. Overall, really, really happy with how the truck came out. I would highly recommend it to anyone. I would save my pennies and get the Pro version over the Classic, just because the axle upgrades are worth it. You buy it, you put in cheap electronics, and you run it. I could walk this truck 5 or 6 miles a day and be a very happy person. And it'll last a very long time. The only other thing I wanted to talk about is the light kit. So this is a Series 2 light kit, and this is Vanquish did discontinue Series 2 in favor of Series 3. And I'm going to tell you right now that I may or may not be disappointed in Series 2 versus Series 3. It's really just going to depend. The way that the Series 3 lights work is the front lights go into pods that are actually attached to this piece. I had to cut these pods off to use the Series 2 kit, but it's supposed to add rigidity, because now instead of having these dedicated light pods that come in the Series 2 kit, you have this entire front piece here with the light pods built into it, and you just stick the LED bulb in there. Now the issue with that is I don't know if the Series 3 kit comes with these coolers, these LED coolers, which if it doesn't, that's going to be kind of a downside, but if it does, that'll be fantastic. I don't know. Otherwise, the Series 2 kit bolts right in here. Really the big difference is you do have to cut off the light buckets in the front in order to get it to work with this body. Can't say enough great things about it. If you're looking for a trail truck, it would be between the Classic Pro and the H10 Optic or H10 Origin. Something like this here, or something like this. If you're just gonna go walk many miles and maybe hit some mild obstacles, can't beat either one of them. I would rate this truck 10 out of 10. Would I buy it again? Absolutely. I would recommend it to anyone. We're gonna jump into some run footage now, so I hope you enjoy. All right, we made it. We got Gentry. He's got his new RTR optic with the brushless setup in it. I got the Pro. We're gonna hit the trail. See how it does. So this has the stock brushed RTR stuff in it, and some full-size stuff right there. Some Amazon servo. And then it's got some 3D printed inserts for the tires. Buggy line. Just keep going.
A lot of the rocks have been moved out of there.
Yeah, I see that. This would be a miracle. Oh no! We didn't touch it. It fell right there. All right, we put it there. It's a line killer, but that ain't that kind of line killer. It's like something's wrong with it. It doesn't want to work. There we go. We got it.
Anymore. Oh, hell no.
Just walks right up it, huh? I'm gonna try that.
That's the bypass of it.
It's pretty radical. Phew! Right up it. Those rear springs are a little stiff. Not watching what I'm doing here. You can try and win the truck.
Yeah, I heard you were giving it away.
Depends on whoever gets it, I guess.
My trail.
Do you?
Yeah. There's big rocks in it.
Well, we're gonna have to pull out of it. That was a pretty clean exit though. Uh-oh. I'd probably save that. It doesn't have metal axles like mine.
No, it doesn't.
Trying to modulate this brush motor is not fun.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, the mosquitoes are pretty bad. I don't think we're gonna get out of that, boys. We'll just cheat a little bit, huh? Cheat a little bit. No, we won't.
Either one of these has good stuff on it.
Doing XJ things there. So I drive the Jeep. Also how I drive the Jeep. Whew. Left 10 cents there on that rock.